Hello and welcome back to Grace.Filled. I am excited to be here with you for another video. In this video, I am going to be kind of getting into the tabernacle. So I'm getting into some things that you may not be as excited about, but maybe if you're an architect and into that type of thing and into design and fashion, like, ooh, wait a minute, I didn't know the Bible was like that. Like, I didn't know. Okay. Our Father was like a master creator. Yes, he certainly is, because he created the masterpiece like you. Didn't you know you were a diamond? Didn't you know you were a jewel precious? Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well, now you know. And today we are jumping right into day 38 of Exodus 25, 26, and 27. Moses began to receive instructions for how to build the house of worship for the Most High. So we're going to go ahead and get into that starting at Exodus 25. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the people of Israel. They may take from me a contribution. From every man whose heart moves him, you should receive the contribution for me. And this is the contribution that you shall receive from them: gold, silver, bronze, blue, purple, scarlet yarns, and fine twined linen, goat's hair, tans, ram skins, goat skins, and acacia wood, oils for the lamp, spices for the anointing oil, and the fragrant incense, onyx stones, and stones for setting, for the ephod, and for the breastplate. And let them make for me a sanctuary, that I may dwell in their midst, exactly as I show you concerning the pattern on the tabernacle, and all of its furniture, so shall you make it. They shall make an ark of acacia wood, 2 cubits and a half shall it be in length, a cubit and a half its breadth, a cubit and a half its length. You shall overlay it with pure gold. Inside and outside you shall overlay it, and you shall make on it molding of gold around it. You shall cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them on its 4 feet, 2 rings on one side of it, and 2 rings on the other side of it. You shall make poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. And you shall put the poles unto the rings on the side of the ark to carry them by. The poles shall remain in the rings of the ark, they shall not be taken from it. And you shall put into the ark the testimony that I shall give you. You shall make a mercy seat of pure gold, 2 cubits and a half shall be its length, and a cubit and a half its breadth. And you shall make 2 cherubim of gold. Of hammered work shall you make them, one on each end of the mercy seat. Make 1 cherub for one end, and 1 cherub for the other end. 1 piece of the mercy seat shall you make with the cherubim on its 2 ends. The cherubim shall spread out their wings above, overshadowing the mercy seat with their wings, their faces one to another. Towards the mercy seat shall the face of the cherubim be, and you shall put the mercy seat on top of the ark. And in the ark you shall put the testimony that I shall give you. There I will meet with you, and from above the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubim that on the ark of the testimony, I will speak you about all that I will give you in commandments to the people of Israel. You shall make a table of acacia wood, 2 cubits shall be its length, a cubit shall be its breadth, and a cubit and a half shall be its length. You shall overlay it with pure gold, and make a molding of gold around it, and you shall make a rim all around it, and hand breadth width, and molding of gold around the rim. And you shall make for it 4 rings of gold, and fasten the rings to the 4 corners of its 4 legs. Close to the frame the rings shall lie, as holders for the poles to carry the table. You shall make the poles of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. And the table shall be carried with these. And you shall make its plate and dishes for incense, and its flagons and bowls from which to pour drink offerings. You shall make them of pure gold. And you shall set the bread of the presence of the table before me regularly. You shall make a lampshade of pure gold. The lampstand shall be made of hammered work. Its base, its stem, its cups, its calyxes, its flowers shall be one piece with it. And there shall be 6 branches growing out of its side, 3 branches on the left stand out of one side of it, and 3 branches of the lampstand out of the other side of it. 3 cups made from the almond blossoms, each with calyx and flower in one branch, and 3 cups made like an almond blossom, each with calyx flower on the other branch. So for the 6 branches going out of the lampstand. And on the lampstand itself there shall be 4 cups made like almond blossoms, with their calyxes and flowers. The calyx of 1 piece with it under, and a pair of the 6 branches growing out from the lampstand. Their calyxes and their branches shall be of 1 piece with it. the whole of a single piece of hammered work of pure gold. You shall make 7 lamps for it, and the lamps should be set up so that it gives light on the space in front of it. Its tongues and their trays shall be of pure gold. It shall be made with all these utensils out of 1 talent of pure gold. And see that you make them after the pattern for them, which has been shown to you on the mountain. Exodus 26. Moreover, you shall make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of fine woven linen in blue, purple, and scarlet thread with artistic designs of cherubim. You shall weave them. The length of each curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the width of each curtain shall be 4 cubits, and every one of the curtains shall have the same measurements. 5 curtains shall be coupled with one another, and the other 5 curtains shall be coupled with one another. And you shall make loops of blue yarn on the edge of the curtains on the cleavage of the one set, and likewise you should do one on the outer edge of the other curtain of the second set. 50 loops you shall make in the one curtain, and 50 loops you shall make on the edge of the curtain that is on the end of the second set. That is, the loops may be clasped one to another. And you shall make 50 clasps of gold, and couple the curtains together with the clasps, so that it may make one tabernacle. You shall also make a curtains of goat hair to be a tent covering over the tabernacle. You shall make 11 curtains. The length of each curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the width of each curtain shall be 4 cubits. And the 11 curtains shall all have the same measurements. And you shall couple 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and you shall double over the 6th curtain at the front of the tent. You shall make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is the outmost in one set, and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain in the second set. And you shall make 50 bronze claps, put the claps into the loops, and cover the tent together, that it may be one. The remnant that remains of the curtains of the tent, the half curtains that remain, shall hang over the back of the tabernacle, and the cubit of one side and the cubit on the other of what remains, the length of the curtain of the tent, shall hang over to the sides of the tabernacle, on this side and on that side, to cover it. You shall also make a covering of ram skin dyed red for the tent, and a covering of badger skin above that. And for the tabernacle you shall make the boards of Arcadia wood standing upright. 10 cubits shall be the length of board, and a cubit and a half shall be the width of each board. 2 telons shall be in each board for binding one to another. Thus you shall make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And you should make the boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side. You should make 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under each board for its 2 tenons. And for the second side of the tabernacle, the north side, there shall be 20 boards, and the 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under each of the boards. For the far side of the tabernacle westward, you shall make 6 boards, and you shall also make 2 boards from the 2 back corners of the tabernacles. When they shall be coupled together at the bottom, they shall be coupled together at the top by 1 ring. Thus it shall be for both of them. They shall be for 2 corners. So there shall be 8 boards with their sockets of silver, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under each of the boards. And you shall make a bar of Acacia wood, 5 of the boards on one side of the tabernacle, 5 bars for the boards on the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the side of the tabernacle for the far side westward. The middle bar shall pass through the midst of the boards from end to end. You shall overlay the boards with gold, making their rings of gold as holders for the bars, and overlay the bars with gold. And you shall raise up the tabernacle according to its patterns which you were shown on the mountain. You shall make a veil woven of blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and fine woven linen. It shall be woven with artistic design of cherubim. You shall hang it up on the 4 pillars of Arcadia wood, overlaid with gold. Their hooks shall be gold upon 4 sockets of silver. And there shall hang the veil from the claps when you shall bring the ark of the testimony in there behind the veil. The veil shall be a divider for you between the holy place and the most holy. You shall put the mercy seat upon the ark of the testimony in the most holy. You shall set the table outside the veil, and the lampstand across from the table on the side of the tabernacle towards the south. And you shall put the table on the north side. And you shall make a screen for the door of the tabernacle, woven of blue, purple, and scarlet thread, and fine woven linen, made by a weaver. You shall make for the screen 5 pillars of Arcadia wood and overlay them with gold. Their hooks shall be gold, and you shall cast 5 sockets of bronze for them. So I'm going to read Exodus 27, but I want to just tell you, because I know for some people, like, okay, what are we talking about right now? Like, what's happening? What's going on? I don't fully understand this. I don't even know if I like this, right? I will say, I have a video I want you to watch, and in these prayer videos, I pretty much never tell you to watch another video, but I took the kids on a trip. We went to see the replica of the tabernacle, and I drove all the way to Colorado. I drove, I don't know, 7 states and just a couple of days. It was just a lot. I did a lot. I did the most. But I have a video just kind of sharing what it looked like, and it was really beautiful. And to see something like cubics, first of all, it's not exactly even in the measurement that we use today. So to see something in different measurements, to see something that you don't really fully understand, to see it fashioned and put together and brought to life was so amazing before my eyes. And that's why I also went to see the Noah Ark encounter, the Ark replica. It's great to read these things, but if you can't understand in its full context, to see a replica sometimes is just really a good thing. And so I do have that video up if anybody's interested in that. And I just want to encourage you that even if you don't understand something, to not just be like, oh, forget it, and like, let me just not even try to understand. But maybe I just want to encourage you to see if there's something that you can see. Is there a movie? Is there a picture? Is there a visual? Is there a dictionary? Like, where can I find out more information that can make something that seems so foreign and difficult and challenging for me become something that's easy, that I can like and love and just be like, wow, that's absolutely gorgeous. We go from being lost to being like, wow, I'm so awed by this. And the other thing that I just want to point out before we move forward is there is so much beauty, one, in what's happening. First of all, it's with gold, it's with silver, it's with wood, like it's all the fine things. So that tells you, first of all, you know, we as we're seeking his space, we're learning more about our creator, how and why and who and all the details, right? And we can see that he's very much into the details here. He is so specific in everything that he wants, from the precious metals to the fabric. He's just very, very intentional, and I think it's really beautiful. And then there's even structure and order, and so the closer you get to the holy places, the finer the materials are, the more elaborate they are. And I just think that that's really beautiful. We go back to Mount Sinai, which I think we read maybe in the last reading or maybe the reading before, but they were not allowed to touch. And so there were rules for this too. They were not allowed to touch. And so it's just this is just really good. And the last part about it is we talked about, I think we talked about the cherubim a little bit earlier, and they have 4 wings that are covered in eyes. And that kind of makes sense if you think about it. If they're kind of guarding something, they have to be able to kind of see multiple directions at once. I would like to think eyes for the north, east, south, and west. But you know, that's something that you research and do on your own. I just think that this is very beautiful. I'm excited about it. And let's just go ahead and get right into Exodus 27. Exodus 27. Build an altar of Arcadia wood 3 cubits high. It is to be square, 5 cubits long, 5 cubits wide. Make a horn for each of the 4 corners, so that the horns and the altar are of one piece, and overlay the altar with bronze. Make all of its utensils of bronze, its pots to remove the ashes, and its shovels, sprinkling bowls, meat forks, fire pans. Make a grating for it of bronze network, and make a bronze ring at each of the 4 corners of the network. Put it under the ledge of the altar so that it's halfway up the altar. Making poles of Arcadia wood for the altar and overlaying them with bronze. The poles are to be inserted into the rings, so they will be on two sides of the altar when it is carried. Make the altar hollow out of boards. It is to be made just as you were shown on the mountain. Make a courtyard for the tabernacle. The south side should be 100 cubits long, and it is to have curtains of finely twisted linen, with 20 posts and 20 bronze bases, with silver hooks and bands to the posts. The north side shall be 100 cubits long, and is to have curtains with 20 posts and 20 bronze bases, and with silver hooks and with bands on the posts. The west end of the courtyard shall be 50 cubits wide, and have curtains with 10 posts and 10 bases. On the east end toward the sunrise, the courtyard shall also be 50 cubits wide. Curtains 15 cubits long are to be on one side of the entrance, with 3 posts and 3 bases, and curtains 15 cubits long are to be on the other side, with 3 posts and 3 bases. For the entrance to the courtyard, provide a curtain 20 cubits long of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely twisted linen, the work of an embroiderer, with 4 posts, 4 bases. All the posts around the courtyard are to have silver bands and a hook and bronze bases. The courtyard shall be 100 cubits long and 50 cubits wide, with curtains of finely twisted linen 5 cubits high, with bronze bases. All of the other articles used in the service of the tabernacle, whether their functions include all the tent pegs for it and those are the courtyard, are to be of bronze. And command the Israelites to bring you clear oil of pressed olives for the light, so that the lamps may be kept burning. In the tent of meeting, outside the curtains that shield the ark of the covenant law, Aaron and his sons are to keep the lamps burning before the Lord from evening till morning. This is to be a lasting ordinance among the Israelites for the generations to come. So there's a lot I could say, but I've got some things that I've got to get done, so I'm going to go ahead and get them done. But I want you to find that video if you can find it. I think it might have something to do with the title of Colorado, but that's where it is, and you, I think, will be blessed by just seeing it come to life. I know there's a lot of numbers and a lot of trying to see something that really can't be seen in the mind, but I think what I want you to take away from here is not a bunch of cubics, right, and just a bunch of bronze, but what I want you to know was that the same the same God, the same Almighty Yahweh, that's into the details down to a peg. He's talking about bronze. Okay, he's so specific with how it's supposed to be embroidered, right? With the numbers, every single thing is so specific. And if he's this specific about a piece of fabric, about an overlay for wood, how much more you, how much more me, his beloved, the ones that he created and just absolutely loves. If he's this intentional about this tabernacle, how much more you? How much more your life? So when you feel like he's forgotten about you, he doesn't see you, when you wonder, is he coming through? When you wonder, how come good things happen to bad people? I just want you to remember, he is in the details, whether you can see it, tell it, feel it or not. And sometimes you cannot understand or fully see something until it comes to fruition in full capacity. When we're looking at this tabernacle and we're hearing these numbers, we don't fully understand it. Even at the end of it, we may not even understand it. But when you see it come together, you fully understand it and it makes sense. And that's the same thing with our lives. He's not done with you. He's not done with me. Don't give up on him, because he's not giving up on us. He is able. He is able. He is able, and he can do the exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask, think, hope for, or imagine. He won't fail us. He will not fail us because he is our firm foundation. So I just want to pray with you, and then I'll be back for day 39. Father, I thank you that you will not fail us, that you are our firm foundation. Father, I thank you for being in the details of our life. I thank you for helping us. I thank you for being our help, our health, our strength, Father. Thank you for not leaving us. Thank you for not forsaking us. And when the enemy comes in like a flood, I thank you that you lift up a standard. Hallelujah. Father, I thank you right now that you are turning some things around in our favor, for our good. I don't care what the enemy is saying or throwing our way. We come against the hand of every enemy. We come against every principality. We come against everything that's not like you, the Yahweh that we serve. And we plead your blood. We plead your will, Father. Not our will, but thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And when these things come to make us bow down, we don't bow and we don't bend. And I'm praying for my brothers and sisters that feel like they are losing, that they have lost, that feel like you've left them, that you've forsaken them, because the attack keeps getting harder, because trials and troubles and storms are coming. I just pray, Father, that you would minister to them, that you are with them, that you've got them, that you're covering them, that you're for them, that goodness and mercy shall follow them all the days of their life, that you can turn around suddenly. You can give them miracle and breakthrough, sign and wonder, that suddenly you can turn it around in their favor, that suddenly you can make the thing that the doctor said no become a yes, that suddenly you can make something happen out of nothing, that you can put our names into the ears of the people who need to hear us, that suddenly blessings and favor can overwhelm and overtake us. And people are saying, hey, I don't know why, but I feel led to give this to you. I feel led to do this for you. Father, we trust you. We stand on you, the solid rock, firm foundation. Seem like all hell breaking loose. Haha. But you still walk on water. We're going to trust you. We're going to trust you, the one who's never failed us. You've never failed us. You won't start now. We put our trust in you, and we just thank you. We give you glory and honor for being in the details of our life, for being in the small details, being in the large details. If you care about the lilies, if you care about the sparrows, how much more your sons and your daughters? So I just want to say I thank you, I bless you, I love you. I give you glory, I give you honor, I give you praise. And I just ask you continue to bless my brothers and sisters. I ask you just continue to give them the strength they need to make it through the day, to make it through the night, to make it through their trials, to make it through the tests, to make it through these fires. And most important, I pray they don't give up or in, because you're in the small details of their life. And they just may not be able to see it because it seems like so much. Oh, but when you're done, you're going to give them beauty for ashes. And it's all going to work for their good. So I love you, I thank you, I bless you, I give you glory, honor, and praise in Yeshua's name. Amen.